So as you guys can see, the packaging of this Wi-Fi repeater signal booster is fairly simple, but we're going to take a closer look with a secondary camera angle. So this is how the top of the box looks like. We got some few specifications and details on this side, as you guys can see, and on this side it just says wireless AC Wi-Fi repeater Pro, and then on this side we have just a few different application usages of this Wi-Fi repeater. So let's actually just proceed to open it up and see what's actually inside. We have a quick installation guide, which will be really useful if you're going to set this up, so definitely check this out if you are going to set this up. Next up, we have like a customer support kind of booklet here that you guys can use to actually get in contact with the company, which is nice to see. And then inside here you guys can actually see the Wi-Fi repeater itself. We get included with an Ethernet port that we can utilize to actually connect to this Wi-Fi repeater. So this is how the signal booster looks like, and it just basically extends your Wi-Fi capabilities like I mentioned earlier. We got a WPS button in the middle right here. That's where we'll plug in the Ethernet or LAN cable into. And then on the back side, that is our charging or our power adapter that we need to use to actually plug into our power supply. We got 4 different antennas, so we got one right here, just like so. Then we got another one that opens up like that. And then on this side, we got another one right here. And then this one that just opens up like that. We're gonna go through the testing and demonstration of this Wi-Fi repeater, and I'll show you guys how to actually set it up and connect it. What we need to do is plug this into our power. And you guys are going to see the different LED lights are going to boot up and start lighting up. And as you guys can see, the 3 different LED lights are powered up and ready to go. So now what we need to do is open up our Wi-Fi settings, go into Wi-Fi. Once you see a Wi-Fi named PIX-link-5.8G or PIX-link-2.4G, you can click on either one of those and actually connect to them. So let's connect to the 5.8G one, and we're going to wait for it to actually connect. And you guys can see it says no internet. When you do this, it's going to ask you to input a password, and that password is 1234567 But when you get the connection process and everything set up, you can go in and change that password. So what we need to do is open up a browser, and once you open up a browser, it's going to take you to this website, which is setup.pix-link.net. So what we need to do is actually input the password admin, and this is something you can go in and change later on once we get it all set up. And for this setup, we are using the repeater mode, and what it's going to do now is actually scan and see a list of all the different Wi-Fi connections that are nearby you. And what you need to do is actually select your main Wi-Fi connection that you would normally use, so that this Wi-Fi extender can make a duplicate version of it, but it's an extended version. So once it loads up all the different surrounding Wi-Fi networks, you need to select the SSID of the master router and then enter the repeater SSID and the passphrase. So what that means is you select your main Wi-Fi connection, and then from there you need to input the main Wi-Fi's password to connect it to this Wi-Fi extender, so you can give it access and privileges to create that duplicate Wi-Fi network that is actually the extension. So in my case, we're going to select the one on top, and then from here you guys will see a slot that says remote password, and that password slot is the password that you would enter would be the password that your main Wi-Fi signal uses. So you will need to enter that into this box. Once you actually enter the password in, all you need to do is click on apply. It says configuring. Please do not shut down the device. Completed after about 85 seconds, and you just wait for it to pair up to the extender. You guys can see it says success. Please reconnect to network. After reconnecting to the network, launch the browser and enter setup.pix-link.net into the address. And then you guys can see it made 2 different relays, and you guys can see we have a 2.4G one and a 5.8G one, like I mentioned earlier. And then you can see the password and stuff, but we're going to basically close out of this, go back into our Wi-Fi settings, go into our Wi-Fi's, and look for the two Wi-Fi networks it created. And you guys can see we have two of them right here, 2.4G and 5.8G EXT. And now you can select any of those and use it. Now it's going to take you back to this main menu. Type in the password admin, click on login, and now you can see all the different settings that you can configure. So we did ours in repeater mode, but you can go in and do AP mode, which is actually connecting an Ethernet into the bottom of this Wi-Fi extender and then connecting the other end to your main router. But that's pretty self-explanatory. It does the same setup process essentially, so I'm not going to show that in this video. But you guys can see system mode. You can go in and actually see all the different system modes and stuff info. We also got MAC address, so you can go in and look at that info if you want to and change the access mode and the host name, and then Wi-Fi at the very bottom. And this is where you can go and change the name of the new SSIDs that this extender created. You can also change its password and also apply different encryption levels. And that's basically it for setting up this Wi-Fi extender. Obviously, you know, it's a good thing to use if you have dead spots in the house to extend your Wi-Fi signal. It doesn't necessarily boost up your speed, but it just increases your signal range of your main Wi-Fi network. And then I also have this Wi-Fi signal meter application that tests how strong your Wi-Fi signal is, and you guys can see with this extender I have about a 99% 100% Wi-Fi signal. But if I were to, let's say, unplug this Wi-Fi extender and connect to my main Wi-Fi, and you guys can see, wow. So without the extender being plugged in, my Wi-Fi signal is basically in the 36% range. That is insane. So you guys can see how effective this Wi-Fi extender really is.